It's never a great place when you return to Hinge, honestly.
No.
You're
Yeah.
never in a good place.
No, my favorite is when I re-downloaded it and then you just match with all the same people and you just still never talk.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God. That would
that's
happen
it.
to me in Boston.
Okay, I saw on one guy's profile that he wants like a girl with a sexy voice, and he was like, "Sorry, raspy girls." I was like, first of all,
That's sexy.
that's sexy.
Yeah, what are they talking about?
Yeah, I did not match with it.
You're like, well, too sexy for you.
Welcome back to All Over the Place with Layne Fable. I'm your host, Layne Fable, and we have Kait and Abby today taking us through. This is like the morning after debrief of a triple stacked double date situation. And when I tell you, I've never been more excited. I think I say this every episode, but I mean it. Like, I brought my cameras back. I just gave myself 4 extra hours of editing work for this episode. So please enjoy and let us know if we should subject them to another round of this.
Please no. Essentially, the idea was Abby downloaded Hinge a couple weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, we were fucking around and decided to download Hinge on my phone. I've never used a dating app in my life, so.
Whoa, I did not know. This was your intro?
Intro.
Abby. Abby goes.
She's going
Oh, you
full
go. You're
in.
all in.
All in.
This just got better. Okay.
So I play the drums.
So just for background.
So
Dead.
we thought it would be funny to make my whole profile about me playing the drums. And that's
Every single prompt.
every prompt was like about me playing the drums. And
It was kind of like, who gets it?
yeah.
Who gets the vibe? Who passes the vibe check?
Yeah, so just I've been like fucking around on Hinge. Honestly, it was so funny because the things that they would send about the drums were so funny. Like, guys would message me and be like, "Oh, like, I don't play the drums, but I play the piano," and like I will pull up screenshots. But
Oh, they will be on the YouTube videos.
so like a week ago, I found this guy that I was like, okay, this guy needs to meet Kait.
So what insinuated that he had to meet Kait instead of you?
Because he had like food stuff on his profile, and I was like, Kait loves food. This man loves food. He was
Kait
hot.
just loves to eat.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even give the intro of how we met, but when I first saw like your Instagram, I was like, we're gonna be friends. I was like, we are going to
Wait.
fashion and food for runs my life.
Sidebar, Abby's brother, who I've never met, found my food blog or my food Instagram, and he said to Abby, he was like, wow, like Kait really just loves to eat, huh?
He was
like,
like-
she doesn't post any of her friends ever. And she was like, that's just her
That's
like
her-
food blog.
That's, like,
She's like, she loves food so much she has a dedicated account. Which I do too, so I completely understand.
Yeah.
so I was like, this man needs to meet Kait. He ended up being the worst. So
Was he one of the dates?
no, so he like texted me one night, or it was like a Sunday night, and he was like, are you guys busy right now? And I was like, yeah, like we can't hang out. And then he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm just laying around watching a movie. And he was like, oh, like wouldn't it be like would it be crazy if I was in bed with you right now? And I was like, okay. I was like, shut it down. Like,
How old
Shut
was
that
he?
down immediately.
I think he was like 27, 28
Oh my god, that's alarming.
yeah.
Okay, wait, let's just take us through what it was like to set up a group profile.
It was not a group problem.
All right, I'm
Okay,
gonna
we
let you
threw
take
these
it
men
away.
for a
let
loop.
me take you guys back in time. So after this man didn't work out for Kait, we started like joking that
But did it work out for Kait from your profile? Like, this is amazing.
Yeah. You're like, after he saw my profile and then was all set with it, I was like, okay, fuck it.
Let me hand you off to my friend. Wait, Kait, are you even on Hinge?
I'm not on Hinge.
You said Raya.
I'm on Raya, but like I don't really use it. Raya really sucks. Like I feel like people always think it's gonna be
No,
some
it's
cool
20 times
thing.
worse.
It's so bad. No one talks on it.
No, you just match and you get the congrats. You connect, like you
Yeah.
connected, and then nothing.
Nothing ever happens.
They don't
It's
even
kind of
follow
like
you
a
on
party,
Insta?
like who's here, and then no one ever dances. It's that's how I like to describe it.
That is factual.
But yeah, I need to delete it because it like you pay for it, and it's kind of dumb. I never use it. But I had Hinge like 3 years ago, like when I was like single in Boston, and I mean, I feel like everyone feels the same way, but you get it for a bit and it's fun to kind of fuck around, and then you just get tired of it because it's just I don't know. It's just the worst. So
It's a bunch of dead ends. But I will say, I know a few people who've met their husbands. Like, they're getting married this
Really?
year, and they met on Hinge.
That's
I'm
true.
like,
People do meet
cannot
on there.
relate. I cannot relate.
Yeah. No, it's rough out there.
But we kind of just were like, let's just send this for the plot.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun night. And so you just set up.
So
I don't know how you pulled it together, honestly.
I felt like I was working a second job, literally entertaining these men, trying to get 3 dates in a row set up. Like so our third date started at 8:00. That one was easy to set up. They were like, yeah, 8:00 is like a normal time to like go out with 2 girls. And then I found another 2 guys, and they were down for 6:30. So I was like, hour and a half, like perfect. Then we'll head it to like these next guys. But finding the 5:00 guys.
A 5 p.m. Friday night date.
I mean, that's actually like they had to be the older pair.
No. These actually were, I think they were
our age. They were like
yeah,
27.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like that would be the nice like happy hour. It's like casual.
True.
It's like, hey, we're heading out after, but like let's get a drink and see if we.
Yeah.
Also, it's California. No one here works past like 1 p.m. So
yeah.
There's traffic at 2.
Yeah.
No matter what day it is.
Yeah.
So.
And that was like, so there was like originally these 2 guys that we were going to go out with at 5:00. And I was like, hour and a half, like, and then we have to go to our friend's birthday party or whatever. I was like, friend's dinner or something. Just
no,
like an excuse.
originally you told me the excuse was going to be my dog threw up.
Well, no, that was like during the dates. This was when I was texting
Okay.
that we couldn't hang out like after. And this guy was like, you guys need more than 2 hours with us. And I was like, don't tell me how many hours I need with you.
We'll be the deciders of that.
You're like, I think we might leave from the bathroom 10 minutes in. So.
Literally. So that one was next. So then I was like struggling to find a 5:00 pair. And finally I got it together. We had it from 5 to 6:30, 6:30 to 8, and then 8 until
Whenever the night takes
Yeah.
us.
Wow. So that 8:00 slot got lucky because they just had the. They had
the end slot.
Previously
They had, yeah.
tipsy end slot.
Yeah.
She was the most excited about the last guy.
Yeah,
so I
so
think
you
that
set
was
that up
Yeah,
smart.
I was kind of like, I want to hang out with this guy like the most. So
Okay, so there was definitely rhyme and reason to it because that was going to be my first question. Like, how did you even go about scheduling this? And she sent me a screenshot of it was a schedule. It was a schedule.
literally in my calendar, like, yeah. So I just started messaging it, which, okay, this was like the fun part because I feel like since I wasn't taking it seriously, every single guy that I matched with, I was just sending him literally a message right away being like, hey, let's set up a double date. You bring a friend, I'll bring a friend. And guys started like messaging me. Some of them were like, no, I don't want to do that.
What squares? Why not?
I know.
Squares. I
Oh,
love
they
that.
probably are like, oh my God, my friends are good looking and fuck, they're not going to
Yeah.
go for me.
Yeah.
That's so dumb though because I think it takes the pressure off. It's such like a cool scenario.
It was
yeah.
perfect. Yeah, it was the most low key, least pressure situation ever. So
Yeah.
So those squares missed out. All right.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, so I just started messaging guys and I was like, let's set up these double dates. Next thing you know, we had 3 in a row.
So did you vet them like, hey, here's a picture of my friend, where's a picture of your friend? Here's her Instagram.
So they all asked for pictures of her, and I asked for pictures of
they're
their
all like
friends.
pass.
Bullshit.
Just kidding. Hard
They're
pass.
like, actually,
Who's
my
your other friend?
actually, my dog threw up. I can't make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they all knew what she looked like, but they never sent me any pictures of their friends. So she was going in blind.
I was
the
going in
entire
full
time.
blind.
Okay, I'm constantly impressed by you, and let me just level set for a sec. We met basically, I want to say like what, a month ago. We all met a month ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
But I feel like I know you guys so well, and the fact that I'm learning all of these details, like you're cool with going into 3 blind group dates. You just get cooler by the day. So
I mean, I was not expecting anything out of it. So I
Yeah.
think you can't go into it with expectations.
Oh,
We
no.
were going into it with fully the idea that it was for the plot, but
100%. Especially like our like 5:00 date. I was just taking what I could get at that point.
you're like, if you fit the time slot, you're in, baby.
You're in.
low standards.
Yeah. And then obviously like that last guy, I thought he was cute. And then the middle guy, he had a cute profile. I feel like he didn't totally look like his profile.
I never saw it, so I have no idea.
Oh,
So
yeah,
do you
I showed it to you
do
in the car.
have
Oh shit.
do you
Yeah.
I can't believe you deleted the app
I know.
because I want to go through it right now.
Do you
Did
have
you delete the
screenshots?
account or just delete the app?
Oh, I full on deleted my account.
Abby.
I was
Because I
traumatized.
think you sent me some of the updates. They were sending me live updates in our group chat last night, and I think my old roommate here, she went on, this guy, one of the guys that you met with,
Really?
wanted to go on a group date. We like pushed it off for like a month, and then the friend ended up in a relationship, and the guy ended up just coming to hang out with us at Thrusters one night.
Stop.
But what was his?
Okay, there was the first guy was. Second guy was.
Also, are we blocking these people's names out of
Oh,
this
yeah.
podcast?
I can squeak him.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Second guy was. And then third guy was.
Does he have a funny profile?
Wait, let me.
Like he has like a Jesus photo.
Yes, yes.
That was the
Wait,
guy you
I
just
was
said.
saying It is too
I
small
knew I
of a
recognized
world
him.
here.
Wait,
Dude,
let me pull
that's
up
the
his
reason
Insta.
I also don't want to be on the apps anymore, because I'm like, these people think they know me, and then I don't know. San Diego is a small
It's
town.
such a small town. I mean, I've been here for 2 years, and I'm like, the amount of people that know each other or know someone, it's...
I cannot believe I knew
So
that was
bad.
him when I saw the video you sent to the group chat.
Wait,
Oh,
so
yeah,
your friend went out with
that's
him?
so funny.
He met us at Thrusters. It wasn't like a serious date. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come meet you out," and I think he was really interested. He didn't look like his profile though. In
I
real
think he
life.
looks like the Peaky Blinders guy.
I just wanted to clear that up because you sent me that video.
Yeah,
And I was like,
That's
he
so
looks
funny.
so familiar.
and he's definitely like fucking around on that app 100%.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. I think he says yes to every single person that invites him out.
Oh, he 100%. He has that personality.
He was the one that was like, let's do a group date. And I was like, I don't know, Amanda, you gotta show me the friend first. I was like,
He just loves a good group date. He just wants to hang.
Yeah, he's a group date guy.
but that's why I love him. And he showed up alone. He showed up alone to me. He left his friends and came and met me and my
Really?
roommate out.
Yeah, he's fun.
No,
like,
he was definitely fun.
he was like his profile was super funny, and that's like why I originally was like I want to hang out with him because
Yes.
I'm like all about the funny guys.
Okay, now take us through the night.
So we were obviously a half hour late to the first date. So
These are my
the ni-
people.
the night was going to be pushed back either way, which classic, but 5 p.m. on a Friday, it was hard to get downtown. And so we went to, what was it called? Kiowa Brewing or something?
Yeah.
It was in University Heights, and the place was really cool. It was this little rooftop brewery. And we went, and then
Also, come here.
sound difficulties.
I love it.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Right off the bat, like, we were just like, all right, this is just for fun.
Oh.
Dude, we literally pulled up in the Uber, and Kate goes, "Is that them?" And we were
They
like,
were sitting
"Oh,
out.
God."
Our Uber could not have pulled up closer to where
Where they were.
sitting. And I was like, all right, here we go. Just
Yeah, we
walking
were like,
straight in.
"Buckle up,
Wait, why
baby."
were they outside? They weren't like at the bar?
Well, it was like an outdoor,
Oh,
like
I see what you're
lower
saying.
level.
Okay.
And we were like, "Why aren't they on the roof?" But they were like trying to be nice and
Wait.
make sure that we could find them.
Oh, that's sweet.
No,
Yeah.
they were really sweet.
were
So
sweet.
we go in, and we're sitting with them, and
Sweet.
off the bat, it's like no chemistry there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
in any front.
No, yeah.
But they were sweet. It was very, I don't know. The guy that you had matched with had very black cat energy, and the
Yeah.
other guy had very golden retriever energy. And they were kind of like shitting on each other. At one point, I felt bad because you know how when guys just kind of start like giving each other shit,
Yeah.
and one of them was doing it to the friend and doing it a lot, and the guy was getting pissed. He was like, "Dude, stop! Like, stop!" And you
Yeah,
could
he
tell
was like,
getting
"Stop laughing at
embarrassed. I
me."
felt really bad.
Oh, see, and that's what I wanted to ask. Like, because were there any points where you guys were interested in the same guy? Because I feel like that's the biggest thing about a group date is you're like, well, what if the person that I'm interested in actually likes my friend more? You know what I'm saying? Because that's a
Yeah.
possibility. But apparently, I feel like those guys probably were feeling that, and that's why they were like going at each other.
Well, I feel like the guy that I had like originally matched with, like the cat energy guy, I feel like he was trying to be like too cool for school,
Yeah,
and like
Yeah,
the
you could
other
tell
guy
he was definitely trying to like.
and he was just nervous and like.
yeah, but they were sweet. Like it was a good like ease into it moment.
Okay, now I
Like-
need to know. Okay, the high and low of that date, of the first.
The high was he was telling us that we were talking about fast food restaurants, and then we're on the topic of, you know, what's the best fast food restaurant, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I actually like really want to get a 444 tattoo. And I was like, what? He was giving us shit earlier for talking about like astrology for a second, and then he's like, yeah, like my angel numbers, but then also 444 like Wendy's. And we're like,
Sweet,
what?
dude.
That would be
I
an
couldn't tell if he was
immediate.
serious or not. He was like,
feel
I
he was
actually
dead
want that.
serious, Yeah.
I
That was
need. Do you
hilarious.
have photos of the faces?
I don't think I have one of this
The
guy.
first was an ease in.
He was very metro. He was very metro looking, and then the other guy was kind of, I don't know, just golden retriever energy.
Yeah.
But
Okay, what was the low?
what was the low?
The low was being there.
The low was just being there.
No,
Well, we also, I know what the low is because
Okay.
I went in starving. I was ready to order food there. I was so hungry, hadn't eaten like all day. And we get there, we're like, so are you guys hungry? And they're like, nope. And we were like, well, we're going to eat. So, and then I felt bad ordering anything. So I just ordered fries. But I was like, can you guys like order some food here so we can get
Literally.
some sustenance
Yeah.
for the rest of the night? We've got a long night ahead of us.
Oh my god.
And that
But
was
yeah,
Milo, that we couldn't order more food at the first place.
They were sweet though. Like
They were really sweet. Yeah.
I feel like they were very like well, I mean, the one guy that I matched with, like super just low key. Like he
was trying to be too cool for school, though.
Yeah.
It was a little obvious that he was trying to like play it very, very cool.
Yeah. And then the other guy, he was like ADHD, like to the wall, like just like spitting out random facts for no reason. And like,
I
He was
can only
funny, though.
imagine that's how people describe me. This chick
Can I
was
set you guys up?
ADHD.
He as
Wall.
hell.
Okay.
but yeah. So after like an hour, you know, we're like, we got to head to our next date.
And I thought the excuse that we agreed on was that Oso, Abby's dog, had thrown up, so that's why we were leaving. And I was like, so how's Oso doing? She's like, he's great. I was like, all right, pivot. Yeah, our friend Ashley is having a birthday party tonight, and she just texted me, so we have to go.
They're like, isn't her birthday the same day every year? Why is she just texting me now?
So that was our excuse. And then, of course, we were 15 or 30 minutes late to the next date?
We were 30 minutes late to the next date.
But they
100%.
also they came after us, so they were like waiting for us to
I think,
get
well,
there.
because I had texted them being like, hey, like, I was like, yeah, we're coming from La Jolla, like, our Uber's late, like, whatever. And so I was like, yeah, we're going to be like a little bit late. And then we showed up to the next spot, which was, what was it called?
Polite Provisions.
Yeah.
That one
Great
looked
cocktail
great.
bar.
Great spot. I would go back there any day.
I do think
No food,
I
but-
should have just showed up and like
Yeah,
watched you guys from afar.
I
You
know.
go, no
you should've-
food.
I knew the second bar didn't have food, so that's why I was really banking on the 5
Oh,
p.m.
damn. 'Cause
date.
I was thinking that we could at least get it at the second bar. Okay.
But that's okay. Liquid.
You know, for
liquid
the
lunch.
next stack dates, you got to plan
Yeah.
the food.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so what was it like? Well, how did it go when you said the birthday? Like, how did they respond?
They were, well, so
I'm a great liar, so it went really well.
I'm
Stone
Well, okay,
cold.
so originally he invited us to go because they were going to watch the Padres game. And he was like, we're having people over, like, if you guys want to come. And I was like, hey, why don't we do drinks, like, instead? So they had to, like, kind of leave at the same time. So I
Oh,
feel like it
that's
kind of
perfect.
worked out. Like, they definitely
Also-
would have stayed longer, but we were like,
I don't know what it is with the guys out here, but just from seeing your experience on Hinge, the stakes for these dates are so low. Like, you went on a date last week and he like brought you to this dive, which okay,
Yeah.
fine, I love a dive, but like try a little bit harder.
literally, yeah.
And like these last guys who were just like, yeah, just come over and have drinks. I thought they had a nice rooftop. It was just
That's what
their
I thought,
place.
too. Yeah.
And it was like, okay. Also, I went on a date with a guy like last month and he just keeps inviting me to breakfast. I'm like, dude, I don't want to keep getting eggs with you. Like,
Wait,
let's go get drinks like normal people.
so actually, I'm gonna throw a curveball in there. I feel like a breakfast date is so much better though.
I don't
It
love it for a
depends.
first date because I think it's a little bit interviewy and I don't like raw dogging the daylight when I first meet someone.
Okay, I get that. I also though I was in a headspace where I'm like, if I just drink with someone, of course I'm gonna like you. Cause like if we're both drinking, we're having a good time. Like
Yeah.
I enjoyed that, so I'm like, I want to see if we can even get along sober, and then you can see me drunk because I'm even more fun.
Okay, that's fair.
I feel like for both of us, it's more of like we either are like drunk and having fun with you and we want to be your friend,
Yes,
or like we're into you kind of a thing,
I'm.
or not at all.
Or just nothing.
It's just nothing.
But it is weird. Like, I
I
feel
want
like that.
eggs with you.
I don't know. Like, yeah, like we went out for coffee and then he calls me like a week later, FaceTimes me, which also
at
Don't
like 10 a.m.
FaceTime me when you don't even know me. And he's like, yeah, just wondering what you're doing. You want to grab breakfast? And I was like, no.
Like, where have you been for the last week? Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Like, I don't want to see you unless it's past 7 p.m.
Wait.
Okay, so back to second date. They get there,
You're not
and immediately the vibe is just a lot better. They were really...
They were like normal.
Your guy was cute.
Yeah, my guy was cute. He was short, but he was cute.
Yeah, I feel like he just had a very chill energy about him.
Yeah, they like walked in with confidence.
How short is short?
I mean, he was taller than me, but like
How tall are you? You're like 5'4".
I'm 5'4".
So he was probably like 5'6", right?
Yeah, that would be my guess. I'd guess like 5'6".
Okay.
They were both kind of shorter.
Yeah.
But he was taller than me, and I was wearing heels.
Yeah.
We'll give him 5'7".
Okay.
We'll give him that extra.
I was gonna
inch.
say, what kind of heels? When I wear heels, it's 6 inches. So I'm like, what?
Like when I wear
5'7".
heels, I'm like 5'1".
Dude, I've never met someone and felt tall. I love you. I'm like, oh my God, this is what it's like when people look at me. I get it. I just get it now. But okay, so they walked in with confidence. We love that.
Yeah, we were like
Also
were
a great-
What's your take on it? Because her face
So
said something different.
I wasn't into my guy, but they were fun. I had a good time with them, and also a great pick of a first date spot. I think
Yeah.
it was a cool cocktail bar. We were sitting outside, and the only thing about that date was it was very much kind of one-on-one. We both ended up just getting in conversations with them, and I kept trying to bring it back to the group. I'm like, hey, so what are you guys talking about? And then he would just turn and keep talking to Abby, and I was like, all right.
So were you guys at a bar or a table?
table outside.
And there was like a wall?
But it was like
No,
two little
it was
tables.
two little tables.
No, but what I mean,
pushed.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So like me and my guy were just like talking the whole time.
But the tables were connected.
Yes.
But like he was acting like it was like
yeah,
because
the first date was
Yeah.
very like the conversation was kind of flowing between the four of us,
Yeah.
and then this felt like we were very much just
like
talking
a
to
double
our
date.
guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a double date, but
which
separate.
fine, like it.
Yeah.
It was.
I
it
had a
was
good
chill.
time.
Kate's like, get me out of here.
No, I was telling her in the car. I mean, he was super sweet. I feel like he talked about himself a lot, which fair. I'm a narcissist too, but
Aren't we all? As we all sit here talking into microphones.
but yeah, he was just talking a lot about his job and almost like mansplaining consulting to me. I'm like, yeah, I'm familiar with consulting.
I've heard the term.
But overall, super chill. He was giving me a ton of food recommendations and restaurant recommendations once I said I was into food. So, yeah, he was kind of giving me shit. He's like, you haven't even been anywhere good. What are you talking about? I'm like, all right, send me the list, bro. But,
Yeah, where's his food bug? Why is he the expert?
Literally.
but
yeah.
they were chill.
No, they were fun. My guy, like we both work in sustainability. Is that a stick bug?
Yes.
Where?
That's a big boy.
Where?
Should we bring him in?
Yo, your ADD is
interview
bad.
him?
I love this.
Should we interview the stick bug?
Should bring. Where would
Yeah.
you take us on a date?
Yeah. But yeah, so my guy, we were just like talking about like sustainability the whole time. So which is like that's like
Yeah, a lot of common ground.
Yeah.
Sexy.
yeah. Yeah, no, he was like your typical like so he's from Hawaii, but just like your
Love.
typical Hawaii surfer bro, like
Yeah, he was cute. He
He
was
was
really
cute,
cute.
yeah.
I'm a big
Was
proponent
he
for
taller,
going out with him
or was
again.
this the shorter one?
They were both
they
shorter.
were both kind of short. But like I would hang out with him again. I don't know if I
Yeah.
would necessarily like
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Like,
So, like,
make
when
out
you
with
left,
him.
were they like, "Here's my number," or like, "Oh, let's go on a date
well,
again"?
So actually that guy just texted me this morning. Let's
see,
take
we'd
a look.
like
Let's-
a follow up.
let's see what
Yeah,
he
my
said.
date, the second date asked for my number, and then I'm glad none of them asked for my Instagram because I was just posting all the recaps on my Spice. And
I was
like,
wondering about that. I was like, I wonder if they're gonna see this. Although I wonder if any of them will find this episode.
Well, our last guys for sure. I mean, they know about it. So
Okay, is there anything else you want to talk about the second date before we?
second date was pretty standard.
yeah, they were good, and they were like cool about it because once again, Ashley, her fucking birthday party, it was
Ashley's birthday was going
Had
on.
to get
Had to
there.
get there.
so.
Do you
yeah,
have a friend named Ashley, or was that a nice little random pick?
That was a random pick.
I do have a friend named Ashley, but she came up.
I
with
don't know
the
why. I
lie.
literally could have said anyone. I just like pulled a random name out.
I love it. Okay, and then my next question. Well, I should have asked this on the first one. Did they offer to pay for the bill on the first date?
Yes. Well, so
Well, I kind of felt bad because we were like, okay, now we need to go because we're running like a half hour late to the next one. So we're like, yep, our Uber's like coming. And then I was like, shit, we probably should have waited for the bill so we could at least offer.
Yeah.
And then the waitress kind of comes over and I was like, oh shit, like, do you want me to Venmo you guys?
Yeah,
and
we
they
were like,
no,
let us know like what we owe you, and they were like, it's fine.
But
Yeah.
I always
Second-
like to offer on dates, but I think
Yeah.
because it was a group scenario, it was just kind of scrambly. So I didn't know like what we're all gonna put our cards down, like,
Yeah, and like we each had, well, I think the first day we each had one drink.
and the fries.
Oh yeah, and the fries. Can't
Well,
forget
they can get the fries.
The fries.
And then the second date, we like offered again, and they were like, no, like, well, I think your guy paid, didn't
Yeah,
he? Yeah,
came through.
yeah,
Very sweet.
I like that. I think that's a nice, like, I love chivalry. I just think it's like,
yeah,
that's what you should do.
I think a
Even
first
on a
date,
good
a
date.
guy should offer to pay. Definitely.
100%.
I think it should be like that.
Like you should definitely like reach for your wallet, but
I mean, I think it. I think it shouldn't even get to that point. Like, if you ask me out on a date, you're taking me on a date.
but
I
I was
agree.
asking that.
Yeah, no.
That's true.
No, I'm-
Abby's setting this all up.
I should have
meant
paid.
She's like, you guys are taking me the fuck out tonight.
and I'm bringing a
Buckle up,
friend.
boys.
Dead.
No,
Okay.
I agree with that. I also think if I'm ever on just a solo date, I feel like it's nice to just be like, thank you so much for paying for this. And, you know, I mean, I think a lot of guys expect to pay. So
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always interesting because I love talking to people because everyone has a different idea of what they think is the right thing to do. But let's start with the third date because I
Third
feel
date.
like this is where, you know, you're already like drinks into the night. You haven't eaten yet.
My God. First of all, we need to talk about the Uber to the third
oh
date.
my God.
Our Uber driver,
A riot.
out of pocket constantly. She
I
was
always said-
telling us about how she got her current, she's old too. She got her current boyfriend.
What's old?
She was probably like 70s.
Okay.
She, yeah,
gonna say
definitely 70s.
Like
I would
late
guess.
60s, 70s.
Yeah. And she was telling us about how her current boyfriend is with her because his wife died. And we were like, oh. And she's like, yeah, and the only
Oh.
reason why it happened is because he borrowed my car to drive her to the hospital.
And then she died.
And then she died. And she goes, yeah, I won him. Like, I win. And we were like, oh.
We were like,
You're like,
okay,
is
girly.
this the car that we're riding in that she died in?
Could have
She's
been
in the trunk.
honestly.
What kind of what? Holy shit.
Yeah, she literally was like, yeah, I won. And we're like, she's dead. So, yeah.
I
like,
guess you did, girly.
yeah.
So
Bizarre.
just a nice
If-
little like comedic break for
If
the
you're
night.
just listening to this, my jaw is dropped. I would have been like, bad omen, get me out.
And then
Take
she
me
was
home.
also saying, she's like, yeah, he's like, you know, he just has all these bad habits. So I hope he doesn't like get sick. And we were like, well, what are his bad habits? And she's like, you know, well, he like does hash. And
Or she was like, he's got the best hash in town or something like that.
yeah,
And
but then
we were
she's like, apparently he's like got really good hash because like he like does really well in that department. We're like, cool.
yeah, we're like,
What?
Very bizarre.
yeah, all around weird Uber ride. But yeah, so
This whole night is just
Hold up.
I'm living for this.
so we showed up at this guy's apartment. Like, so the guy,
Oh, the third date started at his apartment.
but it was the guy's friend's apartment.
Okay.
So definitely a little sketchy. We definitely were like riffing over text about how they were going to murder us. They could have.
They very easily could have.
Yeah.
I also was going in with the expectation that they had a rooftop fire pit situation. We were just gonna have some nice drinks,
Well,
and then we just went up to his apartment.
He texted
I was like,
me.
oh
he was
boy.
like, my friend has a really dope apartment, and so that's why I was like, okay, like sounds cool.
You're
like,
Explain
just-
dope.
yeah,
It was a normal
It was-
apartment.
It was an apartment.
It's in an apartment
Is
Literally.
building.
that what the videos were from?
Yeah, those
Yes.
videos were in the apartment. Yeah,
Yeah, it looked pretty standard.
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Nothing
nothing
crazy.
special. Yeah,
But we get there and we walk in. There's techno music blasting.
literally like.
Are they from Jersey?
I don't know where they from. I feel like we didn't ask them like anything.
I'm heartbroken that you deleted your profile because I wish I could like sift through and
I
just get a
know.
little background check.
Can you just revive it? Did you fully
I tried.
delete it?
I tried.
Well,
I
it's
know.
all right.
Send me whatever screenshots.
I
Okay,
will,
so
yeah.
you get there and there's techno music bumping.
Yeah, and we were kind of like.
I was
what's
like,
the vibe?
what is the vibe? And yeah, they like made us a drink and
It
then
was tequila and orange juice.
Yeah.
Well, and they were
a
drinking.
stretch, calling it a
They
drink.
were drinking twisted teas.
Which I
How
haven't
old were
seen
these
Twisted
ones?
Tea since high school.
Yeah, literally since high school. The guy that I matched with, he was 29. And I'm assuming his friends got to be the same
Oh
age.
my God, a Peter Pan drinking Twisted
Peter
Teas.
Pan in
Not
the
even like let's
wilds.
meet out at a place to get cocktails. Come to
That's
my
what I'm
place and just
saying.
drink
The
tequila
standards
and
are
orange juice.
so low with these guys
Yeah.
here. It's so bizarre.
And they didn't even have anything planned for us. Like after, we were like, where are we going to go? Like, what's happening? And they're like, where do you want to go? And we're like,
Oh no, that's such a turn off.
yeah.
So, but fully for the plot, we were just like, at this point, whatever, let's
In it
just
to win
have a
it.
night. And then we ended up going to a dive.
Of course.
Because we're like, fuck it, let's go to
When
Star
all else
Bar.
fails, let's go play pool.
Went to
Literally.
Star Bar, which was a great vibe. I love a good dive.
It was fun. And we just like fucked around. I mean, started with tequila shots, went from there.
And then I was kind of like, we need to let them in on the joke. Like
Yeah.
I was so eager to tell them because I was like, all right, these guys are like gonna get it.
Yeah, like they
And
can
you didn't
handle
tell
it.
date 1 or 2.
No, day
No,
1
no,
and
no.
2
Okay.
still don't know.
Oh.
I just feel like it wasn't the right situation. I feel like
Yeah.
the first 2 dates were taking it very seriously, and
Yeah.
so I think it would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, let me also clarify. They didn't plan this in knowing they were going to come on an episode. They told me that they were doing this, and I was like, we need to debrief in the morning.
Yeah.
So it's not like this was done like for the shtick.
But yeah, no, it was fun. We just like, I don't know, how long did we hang out at that bar? I feel like it was
We
like
were
for
there
a while.
for a while. We were like playing pool, and then we told them about that we're coming on the podcast and that we had 3 dates tonight, and they were like, no way. They were kind of just like laughing about
Yeah,
it.
they thought it was funny.
I mean, they were
But-
drinking Twisted Teas. They take nothing seriously.
Yeah.
they thought anything was funny at
They-
that point.
Their standards are.
But I
Yeah.
think it was nice because I like was not into the guy that I was kind of set up with. So I think it just took a lot of the pressure off too, because then he kind of just didn't try to pull anything on me, which was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
nice because I think he was like, okay, this is just like
Like friend
little
vibe.
I think
experiment.
another reason I was so excited for you guys to do this was you were going to meet a whole new group of guys and everything. And I was like, oh my God, we can have a crew of guy friends. Because I miss hanging out with guys and they're not trying to hook up with you. Like, I
it's
just,
so hard.
Story of our lives.
Seriously.
it's just like, can we just hang out? And then maybe if we like are friends and then I end up liking you.
I've talked to so many girls about this recently. It is so hard in your mid-20s to make guy friends because
It's always like they're trying to fuck you. And
yeah, and it's like you can't like approach guys at the bar to hang out, and then a lot of guys either already kind of have a huge group from college or from wherever that
Or
they're
they're
best
married.
friends with, or
yeah,
they're married.
Yeah.
And even when it's like friends of friends, it just gets so weird. And like, let's just hang, let's just chill. Like,
Yeah,
you're my
like it's
fucking
not that
bro.
serious. It
The-
needs to be like,
The worst part is I've met some people that like, I was like, I'm not hooking up with you. Then they just never talk to me again. I'm like, but you don't understand. Like, if you let me get to know you and we were friends, you probably maybe would have a chance. You're just a complete stranger right now. Like, complete stranger.
Absolutely.
Okay, so was this the guy that I knew, or was that
you've
date
met,
2?
apparently. No,
Yeah.
no. This
Yeah.
is that's
so
him.
the
This
third date
is
is, yeah,
funny guy.
Yeah, funny guy.
Okay.
He was a good time.
So he has a podcast too?
Yeah.
So we found out that they both do a podcast, and I was like, perfect.
Little do you
we
know they're
need
talking
more.
about you guys right now too. He's funny though.
He was funny.
Yeah, super funny. Yeah.
I think their podcast is just like them riffing.
Yeah, it's just them like fucking around and
But then they were telling me that they had all these like massive people on. I was like, well, who have you had on? And then he's like talking about, I don't know, these TikTok people. I'm like, oh, never heard of her. And then he's like, oh yeah, and like this porn star or whatever. And I was like, oh
the
yeah.
porn star.
I was like, okay.
Okay, cool.
Really
Go back
sweet.
to your Twisted Tea.
Yeah.
Wait, so take me through the date. So then you guys get to the dive bar. And at this point, are you feeling either of them?
Well,
You
I
said
was
no.
like vibing with my guy. Well, I knew that I was gonna like at least hanging out with my guy because like similar humor kind of a thing.
Good banter.
banter.
Yeah, like texting was fun. Like I was like laughing at his texts. I personally think my texts were funny too. So
He
I
was
mean-
cracking up at your text.
100%.
I have to say, because now I'm recalling his profile when Mandy was here and we were both in bed together going through profiles. We laughed out loud. I probably still have a video of it. His voice, he had a voice note.
And he goes, it was like, what's my, or how do you pronounce your name? And he goes, idiot.
It goes for a second. He goes, idiot. And we were dying laughing.
Yeah.
Like, that's funny.
That's
But-
what I think that's what I like liked on his. I was
and
like,
that's what got us too. So
Yeah.
you know what? That man probably is going on
Yeah.
like every date possible.
Taking every girl in
Because-
San Diego out to fucking Star Bar.
This was back in over for Twisted Teas.
Yeah. Over for tweez.
That is
And
Rob's
techno
place.
music.
Well, he came to meet us at Thrusters alone. He like left his friends because he wanted to come meet my friend, but she was.
I
not
love that.
into
That's
it.
super
That
confident
is,
to just
yeah.
like walk in alone too.
Straight
and
up
just,
Ubered there alone. He was
Damn.
drunk already, but like it was funny, but it was just not the. He was sweet though. He was sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I want to hear because I know like there's some tea at the end of this. So
But yeah, so we just like hung out at the bar for a really long time. We were like, we were all having fun. Like
Yeah,
it was a good
time.
time. Like, and then I don't remember why we decided to leave, but we decided to go back to the apartment and we were gonna like hang there again. And like she was giving her guy like a piggyback ride at one point. My guy
against
like,
my will.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm getting on your back. I'm like, all right, sir.
I do have videos, so don't worry.
I'm
I'm
gonna
like, these
throw 'em
quads
in.
of steel.
he's probably like, I want to see if you can bench more than me.
We were definitely drunk and we were feeling
Yeah.
it. We were just fucking around.
Oh, and then we went into the workout place. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, they had a gym
That was a good
downstairs. We were just
little
fucking
moment.
about.
Yeah. It was just like we were
The-
just
the
fucking
workout
around with
place,
them.
she
The
said.
workout place.
She's like, what are those things called?
You
The
know,
rooms
gyms
with
where
the
you
equipment?
lift and you put down the heavy stuff.
Lift things up and put them down.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so then we went back up to the apartment, the super dope apartment, and we were just like chilling and
Yeah, we were
don't know,
listening
like,
to some good
vibing.
old early 2000s alternative rock. It was a great time. And then I started hitting a wall and I was like, all right, this night is coming to a close
Yeah.
from my end. And so I ended up leaving and left Abby to be murdered alone.
yeah.
I mean, it was a marathon, but damn, okay. So how'd it go?
So that was like what, at like 12:30, 1 a.m.
Yeah, probably 12. I think I
Yeah.
left. Yeah.
So then I ended up because I didn't stay that much longer. I don't think. I bet
Okay.
it was 12:30.
Okay.
So at like 1:15ish, I was like, okay, like I'm over this. Like I'm gonna head home. So I ordered my Uber, and like the Uber's pulling up, and I'm like, oh, like my Uber is here. Like it's a minute away or whatever. And like my guy gets up, and I think he's gonna like walk me to the door, and he fucking starts coming with me to the Uber. And I like made a joke because I was kind of like, what's happening here? I was like, oh, I don't remember inviting you to my place. And by then we were like already downstairs, like
Oh, so
going
this was
to the
his
Uber.
friend's apartment,
It was his
right?
friend's apartment. And then I was kind of like, okay, maybe he's gonna like, I don't know, fucking Uber. I don't know. I was like, just like not even thinking twice about it because I was just like not expecting it. So we get in the Uber together, and I was like, I'm going to bed, and he's like, oh, we can hang out, and I was like, no, like
No.
I'm literally going to
You're
sleep.
like, I have a podcast in the morning to talk
Yeah.
about your ass.
Like I'm going to bed, and I was like, like I'm not bringing you up or anything. So then we get to my place, and we get out of the Uber, and I'm like, I'm not inviting you in. And he's like, oh, like it's fine, like I'll just like Uber from here. And I was like, do you want to like at least sit in my little lobby area so you can order your Uber and then head back? And he's like, no, it's fine, like
Abby's
no big
like,
deal.
you can sit on my sidewalk if
Yeah.
you want.
And she's like,
was
get
like,
in
here's
the
a homeless man
sewer
for you to
where
hang out
you
with.
belong.
She's like, someone to keep you company, not me.
Literally. So then I was like, so I go back to my room, and I texted him, and I was like, let me know like when you get home, like make sure like you're safe or whatever. And he was like, I kind of wish that you like had told me that I wasn't gonna come up. And I was like, first of all, I was like, first of all, I told you multiple times. Second of all, like I never invited you in the first place. And yeah, and he was like, I just wish you would have told me. I like would have like had the Uber like bring me home or something. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So we were FaceTiming, and I was like, I don't even know how to respond to this. So I texted, and I was like, sorry, like if there was like a misunderstanding, like I thought like if I wasn't clear about it, like I wasn't trying to have anyone like come home with me tonight. And then what did he even say? He was like, he said something like, oh, it's fine, like I got an Uber, like have fun with your little experiment, good night. And I was like, oh.
Sass a frass.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So he was supposed to be on the pod this morning. We haven't heard from him.
Should we call him? Should we get a little live action?
Yeah, should we call him?
Should we FaceTime him? Oh, I'm too nervous.
Okay,
No,
but,
you don't have
but
to. But
I hate that, and
That's
I hate
pussy.
when
I know,
guys
that's
are pushy like
disgusting.
that.
Well, that's
and
what
he
I
was
said.
the oldest.
I was like,
he was the oldest out of all of the 6 men on the dates, right?
yeah.
That is so concerning.
Well, and I was like I would have hung out with him again. Like I don't think I necessarily would have like tried to like date him or anything, but
Yeah,
I would have
but
hung out with him again.
It just
And
that,
now I'm like,
yeah,
It's skeevy,
it's
and
skeevy.
it ruins everything when guys are trying to be like that. If he had just been like, have a good night, let's hang out again if you're around tomorrow, you would have totally
Yeah.
gone.
Which
It's
also would have been
100%.
great because it was a Friday. So you have that setup where it's like, hey, if you're free tomorrow, like, let's grab drinks again. Or
Yeah.
it just doesn't help your case at all, and it just
And to like
it's
pick a
so
fight over
gross.
text too, like
Also, you said, hey, I'm going home. Like,
yeah. But like imagine like a guy orders an Uber from your place and you're like, yeah, I'm coming with you, and he's like, what? Like, read the room.
No,
yeah,
that's
read the room.
well. I mean, that man's been on the dating app for a while, so I'm assuming he can't read shit. So
It's just gross that guys are still like that, and it's just
I know.
pushy, and it's. I was telling her, I was like, it doesn't matter what you said. You said
Yeah.
you're not coming back, and that's it. Like, fucking be respectful.
Yeah. Even if I have said, yeah, you can come back, and then I change my mind,
That's also fine.
I can.
but
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where it's. It's not even like he took you out for drinks. It was like you poured some tequila and orange juice in there.
Yeah.
No, it's
seriously.
like it's one of those things where it's like,
Didn't do too much.
did we
anyways.
go on 2 separate dates? Like, what did you take away from it? I'm just so confused.
I know. Me and him like made out a couple of times, but it's not like I was like on top of him or anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, like, you just don't owe him anything.
But you can
Yeah.
also smooch someone and that's it. Like, it's not like
Exactly.
if we make out, it's like, oh yeah, we're definitely hooking up tonight.
yeah.
Just
I feel like
so
we've
bad
had this.
taste after the
I know.
end.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Because is this when you deleted Hinge completely?
Yeah, I was like, I can't just ever look at this app again in my life. I was like, it's too much, especially after how much I've been entertaining these men trying to set up these 3 dates in a
It is
row.
a full-time job. That's why I haven't done it. I
Abby's
don't
like,
have
I
time.
have been putting in the legwork
Yeah.
for these men.
Meanwhile,
I was like, I'm done.
this was your first and last thing with Hinge.
last.
That's incredible, actually.
2 weeks too long.
It's never a great place when you return to Hinge, honestly.
No.
You're
Yeah.
never in a good place.
No, my favorite is when I re-downloaded it and then you just match with all the same people and you just still never talk.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god, that would
that's
happen
it.
to me in Boston. It was literally, and it's like, oh, you're still here too. Nice to see you. Like,
And then
Missed
one
ya.
guy literally was like, have we met before? I go, no, we just match on this every single time. Both of us delete
we
it and
just
restart
match
it.
every time and
And then
never
we
see
never
each
hang
other.
What the fuck? Oh my God. All right. So if you had to, would you ever go on another double date?
I
Like,
would for
yeah.
sure. I think it was just a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I feel like it takes like the pressure off because even if they suck, like we'll still have fun drinking drinks. Like, yeah,
We're all just hanging.
yeah,
I think overall the second date was my favorite.
yeah, for sure. Second date was like a solid date.
And did they text? He texted you.
He
this
texted
morning.
me this morning.
What'd he say?
Well, I sent him. Oh,
What?
he just goes, send me the link to that pod.
Which
I
one?
FaceTime him?
The last
Wait,
one?
Okay, I will FaceTime him right
Yeah,
now.
we're gonna FaceTime
Wait,
him.
this is the one, the guy that I've met.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I think I just unplugged my thing. I just like kicked this. Hello.
What the fuck is that?
Good morning. Top of the
Good
morning.
morning. Do you have anything you want to say about our date?
Yeah, wait.
Spill the
look,
tea.
Here's the deal. If you're gonna entrap someone, just give them a heads up beforehand. You know, I didn't like feeling like an experiment.
It's actually funny because I think we've met. I think you met me at Thrusters with my roommate once. So I feel like you're running your own experiment, sir.
Thrusters with your roommate,
This was back like in the fall. Her name was Amanda.
Amanda.
You wouldn't. There's no. You were like fucked up when you showed up.
Okay, that sounds like me. Yeah, that's probably true then.
Also, we told you about the whole thing like within 20 minutes of meeting you.
No, it's.
Don't give me that shit.
It was fun.
We won't post anything that makes either of you guys look bad.
Yeah.
We're just having.
Please do. What are you talking about?
Are we able to come back on your podcast?
Yeah, are we coming on your pod tomorrow?
Sure.
We'll recap the date.
What
Yeah.
do you talk about on your podcast?
Almost nonsense the entire time.
Cocaine
same,
bear.
Same here. What? It's called Cocaine Bear. That would have been a great name. Cocaine Bear.
How come you didn't come pick me up?
Because you're golfing.
I'm done. I'm eating lunch right now.
Oh, you should come over. Come debrief the date. We want your opinion now.
Yeah.
I want your
I do have to
perspective.
leave at 11:30, but you guys can
Whatever, I
stay.
got
He
a
can take over
question
my
I gotta answer.
microphone.
What'd you say?
Just let me know what questions we're debating, what topics. I'll be ready to rock.
Okay, cool.
We're just like recapping, just riffing.
All right, I'm gonna go finish eating. But I'll see
Okay.
you guys.
Have fun.
Wait. You got to give us one word of how your date went last night.
Thrifty.
Thrifty.
Perfection.
He's definitely pissed.
No, he didn't seem too pissed.
No, I think he's okay.
I think he.
He'll be fine. He'll get over
So
it.
now that he just FaceTimed you, would you see him again?
No.
Still no.
I low-key want him to come here so you could
No,
tell it's his
like,
face.
I honestly, I would probably be friends with him. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, he was fun.
He was fun.
They were both fun. They were both like a fun hang.
Okay,
Every
but
guy
now-
in California is so
That's
immature, though.
what we've talked about recently. Where either you have to go for the 30-year-olds that clearly don't have their shit together, or at this point we have to go younger.
I'm wondering, is it a San Diego thing? Is it an everywhere thing? Or are we in Peter Pan land?
I think it's definitely Peter Pan land a little bit out here. I mean, everywhere guys suck, obviously. But there is something out here that I feel like guys will just go as long as they can, just fucking about.
I think because you can here and it's every day's a party here.
Yeah, it's
but
also no one moves here to settle down.
I guess that's true.
I did.
Abby's I am looking for a husband.
Abby
I'm
from
re-downloading Hinge right now.
No, you need what's one of the ones that they claim, Bumble or something. Apparently people are slightly less hookup. Which
That was the other thing that our second date kept saying, that they met on Grindr. And the first time it was funny, but then they kept saying it and I was like,
The joke got old pretty quick.
Yeah, I was like, did
I
you?
chalked that up to them being nervous and they were just
yeah,
No, they were sweeties.
they were.
I want you to go out with him again. Genuinely.
Really?
Yeah, I feel who knows if there would be more chemistry if it was just
A
you guys.
one-on-one.
I feel like he would. I always go for the assholes though. That's my problem.
I know, but maybe he has a little bit of asshole.
Well, this is are you looking to settle down? Are you looking for a relationship?
No.
Oh, so then definitely go on another date.
Yeah, why
I know.
not?
I just feel I don't know. I'll get
Especially if
bored
he was
and-
sweet. Yeah, but it
That's
could
true.
be
Maybe I'll just do one more just to
Also,
feel
I
it
feel
out.
he would be a good person that you could just end up being friends with if not.
That's true. I feel like he'd be cool to hang out with.
I'm just giggling that he just FaceTimed you.
They're definitely biz. But they were the only ones we told about, and they were like, "Fuck yeah!" And then I'm
Yeah.
taking all these videos, and they were into it.
Well,
so-
you know that now they woke up with anxiety and they're like, what the fuck are they going to say?
Yeah.
Maybe we should have made them a real cocktail and not just gave them orange juice with tequila. At the ripe old age of 29, you should be able to make one cocktail. Maybe open a bottle of wine.
Oh
Yeah,
my
nice
gosh.
bottle.
Yeah.
I also gave them,
dude. I don't mean
little
it.
Wayne tattoos.
What?
I gave them the little Wayne tattoos.
Oh, also, we did invite all of these men to Kate's event for next week.
Which I was not trying to do that. I was not trying to do that. And then Abby's like, by the way, she's
I'm
hosting
like,
an art show
surprise,
next week. I was like,
surprise.
let's not have all these guys come to my art show.
Wait, so do you think any of them will come? I feel like the man that just FaceTimed you will.
He bought a ticket last night.
Was it him or the other guy?
It was him.
Oh my god.
I have a screenshot of his ticket.
Well, hopefully if it's just him, it will be mellow. Unless they hear the pod and they hate us.
I know. They're definitely never going to.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Am I actually sending? What do I cut out?
Well, I mean, at this point, they know who they. I mean,
I would
feel
cut
like
out the names.
definitely cut out the names, but this
But are
last
they going to
guy,
be offended if we're making fun of them for their little twisted tees?
I don't know.
I don't know.
don't
I
know
mean,
how
I
much
feel
we
like
should
that
cut
one
out.
is so far gone. Regardless, at this point,
I don't know. I think he's got a good sense of humor.
because they were fun. I did enjoy hanging out with him until the very end. The guy that I went out with a week ago, he looked 10 times better than his pictures. So
I
that
feel
was
like
a
most
nice
of the time
surprise.
guys look better than
In their
pictures.
Yes.
photos.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Wait,
No, I think they look
We think
better
the
in real
opposite.
life.
yeah.
That's what I mean. Better
Oh,
than
yeah.
in their
Oh,
photos.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
Photos, guys just don't. And if
Yeah.
you do look really good in your photos, I'm a little sketched.
Yeah, I
Sounds
feel
like a
like
red flaggy.
when I was looking through Hinge, looking at the guys, the options, anytime any of them had a selfie or they clearly thought that they looked good in it, I was like, no.
Yeah. If you have more than one DSLR photo on your profile, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Slutty.
Well,
If you have a slutty Instagram profile, fucking run.
Oh my god.
I feel like every SD man does.
I know.
I don't
it's
know.
such
I
a thing
haven't
out
even
here.
I haven't even tapped. That's why I was so excited to have you guys on. I haven't even like done the. I'm scared to do the dating thing, and this did not help. So thank you.
I'm also scared.
We're also horrified after
Mom,
last night.
pick me up.
Mom,
I'd
can
like
you
to
come
go
pick me
home
up?
now.
All right. So is there anything that you'd like to leave the listeners with, or in case these men do listen, anything you'd like to say?
It was a fun night
It was
overall.
a super fun night. Like 100%. If it wasn't so much goddamn work to put it together, I would do it again for sure.
I feel like it's just like a fun thing for us, like go out, get drinks. I mean, it's
Like
something to talk about.
Yeah.
No pressure, low stakes, and I obviously was not going into it expecting to meet anyone, but it was just a good night overall. It was fun
Yeah.
to bounce around a bit around town. I kind of wish we did have like the last date set at a bar, so we weren't just like at their place.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's for the plot.
I was living for the, like, you guys don't understand. I was like giddy. It was like the night before Christmas last night. I was like, oh my God, I get to have the whole debrief tomorrow. But I do think that, I don't know, maybe you'll be friends with them. So you won't do this again, or you might.
I don't know. I mean, for sure I would do a double date again.
Just not stack 3 on
But
top.
like,
It was
yeah,
definitely a lot.
that was a lot.
I also, it is such a dodgy scene on Hinge. Like,
It
it's just
is.
really hard to know what you're walking into. I think everyone's ideal is having people that you meet through friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually really want to do and set up a speed dating situation this summer. I think that'd be so fun. We could literally do it out
in your
here,
backyard.
and everyone
my
just
God,
bring a
yeah.
friend or two for other people, and just
I
we
went
can have a
to-
fucking party after.
And I like it because it's like you can make it casual. I
Yeah.
went to a speed dating thing at a coffee shop that's like in my neighborhood because she's like, I know all these
Cute.
guys, all these new girls came in, like, and it was just, I think you talked for like 2 minutes and you
Yeah.
literally just and it was great. I mean, nothing came of it, but like it is fun.
Yeah.
And it's less pressure because you know you have that time stamp. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like if I'm really not feeling you, like you're just on to the next.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I
it's just
thought
a
it
fun
was
thing to do.
I thought it was so embarrassing. I'm like, oh my God, don't call it speed dating. And then I was like, no, actually, it was the most efficient use of time because you're not giving up like 2 hours to some
You're
random
not going through all the
person.
bullshit
Yeah.
interviewee shit that you're just like,
Yeah.
all right.
You
How
just
many
see if there's
siblings do you
chemistry or
have?
not. Yeah. So, where are you from?
Literally.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on and rehashing it
Thanks
all.
for having us.
Morning debrief. Let's do
Yeah.
it every week.
No, can
Literally.
we?
Yeah.
No, this is going to be another new segment on my podcast.
If you guys want to send us some dates,
Oh my God. Yeah.
have the
Set
listeners
us
send
up.
them in.
That actually would be hilarious.
That would be fun. I would do that.
Anyone that's a San Diego local, if you have a friend of a friend, we prefer that.
Yeah. And maybe normal guys.
You're asking for a lot
no
now, Abby.
tweez. Yeah.
No twisted teas and no techno music.
Yeah.
Dude,
Other than that, standards are low.
Yeah.
I mean, the standards are fucking sunk under the ground at that point. But all right, wait, that was fun. I'm so glad you guys.
Give them your pitch,
So
baby.
next week I'm hosting an art show downtown, and we have a bunch of local San Diego artists coming to show their work. I'm co-hosting it with my friend Vero, who is a San Diego blogger as well, and the idea is just kind of Soho House meets Studio 54 meets art show networking, meet friends, and we have a live vinyl set. We have tattoos, and we have vintage shopping and local business. So it'll just be like a fun night to come hang and shop and support local. So
And if you're lucky, you'll meet my third Hinge date there.
And I
he'll
will
be working the door.
Yeah.
he'll be passing out twisted teas. I will say that's like the ideal place to meet a guy. So I feel like it'll
Absolutely.
be fun, you know, out in the wild,
Some artsy men,
creating.
some
Yeah.
men who love good tunes, and
Yeah, we love an artsy guy.
Do we?
I do.
I think I do.
depends.
Yeah, it there's a fine line.
Abby's like, I love a Picasso man.
Hate me like one of your friends.
Wait,
girls.
actually, before we sign off, do you guys have a type? Do you have like a
Oh.
checklist?
Okay. I do, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I definitely like an artsy guy.
Abby's type is guys who look like they do drugs.
Literally.
She's
You
like,
should
she's
I
like a
always-
Pete Davidson
Okay,
girly,
yeah,
I
I'm a
think.
Pete
Move
Davidson
to
girly.
Brooklyn. Why are you in San Diego?
I know. But I also like dark hair.
Yeah. I'm very much a brunette girl.
Me
yeah,
too.
I don't like blondes.
I don't like blondes. I always end up like when I'm single, like I'll like always like kind of like go on dates or like hook up with blonde guys.
But
then
you would
I
never be in a
only-
relationship.
I never end up dating them.
Funny.
Mhm.
But yeah, dark hair,
Dark hair.
Dark hair, dark eyes for me.
tattoos,
Tattoos.
fucking athletic usually.
Your shoulders have to be
yeah.
like double the width of
I
mine.
definitely don't like scrawny guys.
I
No,
do.
if I
Abby's like,
I'm
I'll
like,
take
I love
the
a
cake on
scrawny
that
man.
one.
she's like the scrawnier the better. I think if you don't have more muscular quads than me, we're not gonna work. If my calves are more muscular than yours, we're not.
If
gonna
I
work.
can give you a piggyback ride, this is not gonna work.
If you're asking me for a piggyback ride, this is not gonna work. I can't believe he did that. I wish you guys like vlogged the dates. God damn.
Well,
We
we have
have
the
video,
videos of
yeah.
the piggybacks for sure.
Yeah.
I might just have to edit that together separately.
Yes.
Yeah.
and you
We
guys
have
should
some
watch
good
that.
videos to
Good
throw in there.
content.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Saturday morning sign off.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
of course. Can't wait to do it again. I don't even care if it's not a double date scenario. We just need to recap stuff.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening, and I'll do an outro later because I know you gotta go.
Okay. 0 brain cells this morning, so I'm like,
I
I
didn't even go
sound
out last
crazy?
night, and I'm feeling like what my brain's not working. And normally, like I
well,
outline
hopefully
stuff.
you can like edit it a little bit.
oh hell
so
yeah! It
you
all
look
comes together in editing.
I'm so excited.
Dude, that was great. Wait,
Oh my gosh.
Wait,
We
but
should do
how
a
much
debrief
should
of
we
Art
edit out
House.
of them? Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you want to do a debrief?